What up guys, Overman here, and in today's video I want to show you guys the Saterienne Rapier Scout Rifle, which you can get from the Crucible Quatermaster for 150 marks and 1 Crucible commendation. When I saw the perks on the Rapier, I noticed that it had the same main perks as Fatebringer, so let's take a look at how it stacks up. So for the sights on a Scout Rifle, I usually go with whichever one I prefer aesthetically, so in this case I go with the ranged scope, but you could pick whichever one you like. I actually sometimes go with the red dot for shorter range situations though. The first perk we have is Outlaw. This perk dramatically increases the weapon's reload speed when you get a kill with precision damage. This is really nice since the Rapier only has 13 shots in the mag, and Outlaw really makes up for it by making the reload speed so fast. In the second tree, we have high caliber rounds, which allows you to stagger your enemies. I don't choose this upgrade because when I stagger a target in PvE, it makes it harder to follow up with a headshot, and it's really important to get those headshots with this weapon. Next we have Hammer Forged, which gives the weapon more range. This is nice for players that would like to improve the Rapier's already top-notch range, or you can just equip it for those long range situations, like when you're fighting the Devil Walker and you're standing all the way at the back so that he can't hit you. The last upgrade is Armor Piercing Rounds. This allows your bullets to penetrate cover and it gives it a smidget more impact. This is the one I go with, but I can't tell you the last time that I made use of this perk. Overall though, I think this middle tree is a big wash and it really doesn't matter what perk you choose, but it's okay because the next perk is badass. So finally, we have Firefly. This makes enemies explode when you kill them with a precision shot. This is awesome for crowd control. If you see a pack of Thrall and you shoot one in the head, they'll all die because of the explosion. When I first saw this perk, I thought it sounded gimmicky, but damn was I wrong. Firefly is great. So after grinding the Crucible for so long and finally acquiring my Rapier, I know exactly why everyone was so gaga over Fatebringer. The combo of Outlaw and Firefly is beast. They synergize so well with each other. Every time you get a precision kill, you get 2 bonuses, and these bonuses turn the Rapier into an excellent minion killer. You'll be able to clear rooms with ease thanks to these 2 perks. Normally I'd say that a 13 round clip is too small for a Scout Rifle, but on the Rapier it's fine because of the insane reload speed that you get with precision kills. And I find that the Rapier has actually made me a better shot over time because when I use this gun, I'm always aiming for the crit shot, and the Rapier makes those shots feel a lot more rewarding with explosions and crazy ass reload speeds. But it's not a perfect gun. Outlaw only works when you kill an enemy with a precision shot, so when you don't, you start to feel the effects of the 13 round clip. This is very apparent on shielded targets like a Minotaur or a Captain. The Rapier struggles to take one down because of the limited clip size. In addition to that, it's really not the greatest weapon to be using on a boss, because you can't take advantage of the perks and you're just left with a 13 round Scout Rifle. But that's not to say it's bad, it's just not anything to write home about. It still does solid damage. But all of that's okay because this is just your primary weapon. Special weapons are very good at taking down shielded targets. I highly recommend you bring along a high-powered fusion rifle or sniper to suit your playstyle in the situation. For example, arc damage Murmur is really great for stripping a captain's shields and even doing some damage on top of that. Switch to your Rapier and finish him off. Or maybe you're in a boss encounter and you can use the Rapier to kill the minions and then whip out Icebreaker, Black Hammer, or any other sniper to do damage to the boss, and then switch back to the minions with the Rapier. That's basically the strategy that I use with this weapon, and it works really well. So the Rapier is amazing for PvE, but what about PvP? Well, let me just say that I usually stick with hand cannons and auto rifles in the Crucible, so I'm not too experienced with scout rifles. But I have to say the Rapier is solid. It's got a good fire rate and good stability, and while you can take advantage of the bonuses, they won't be as effective in the Crucible because obviously human players are harder to headshot than acolytes and thralls. For the most part, the Rapier doesn't feel like anything special in the Crucible. In my opinion, it's just okay. I'm sure that in a few situations, Firefly can be really useful for hitting guys who are standing next to each other, but it's very situational in the Crucible. It's really just something cool to look at, honestly. But Outlaw is always solid. It's just that you don't always land the killing blow with a headshot. Sometimes you might land it with a chest shot or something like that while you've gotten damage on the head before. Overall though, I think the Rapier is an absolute beast if you're mainly a PvE player like myself, and I'd highly recommend picking up this weapon if you've got the marks or if you can bear to grind out the Crucible like I did. However, if you're mainly a PvP player or you're looking for a PvP scout rifle, I wouldn't really recommend the Rapier because I think it's just okay. Something like the Beeline Trauma would be a lot better for the Crucible because you could exploit that high fire rate and the bigger clip size a little bit more rather than hoping for your Firefly explosion to damage another target so that you can switch to him and start shooting him. It's a little bit more difficult to pull off. Honestly, if you're a PvE player though, I have to say this is pretty much a must buy if you like scout rifles. It's really top notch. It's awesome. It's the closest thing to a 331 Fatebringer that you can get right now. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not feeling too shy, drop a comment below and let me know what you think about the rapier. And of course, subscribe for more weapon reviews like this in the future. That's it for me. Overman out.